time for another look at President Donald Trump's approval ratings. He recently had a 2-month rally, raising his approval number, as computed by FIVE38, from 36.4% on Dec. 16 to 41.5% on Feb. 15. Since then, he's given up a bit of that gain, ending the weekend back at 39.2% approval and 55.4% disapproval. The biggest lesson is that it appears that only a handful of those who were willing to vote for Trump in November 2016 are no longer in play for him. Rallying into the low 40s isn't much, but he had been below 40% since mid-May. And it was possible that he had irreversibly lost a critical chunk of his election constituency. Now it seems more likely that most, or even all, the Trump voters who don't like how he's acted as president are still available to him, and this is even more the case if we look at the other polling averages, which have been running a bit better for the president than FIVE38's. So this rally, even if it entirely dissipates, remains a significant positive for Trump. Still, even at his recent peak, Trump was the least popular at this point of any president in the polling era of elected presidents. His 39.2% approval rating 403 days into his presidency is solidly below the next worst, Ronald Reagan at 46.9%, Jimmy Carter at 47.0%, and Barack Obama at 48.5%. Each of those presidents had bad results in the midterm elections, and that's very likely to happen to Trump's Republicans. Unless he improves, he won't escape last place anytime in the next 100 days. There's still plenty of time for him to improve dramatically by November 2020. There's just little sign that he can do so. I've seen a lot of speculation about why Trump's numbers improved. Maybe people liked the tax bill, maybe. Regardless of how people thought of the tax bill, they were more inclined to see Trump as competent once something he supported became law. Perhaps it had something to do with the on-again, off-again shutdown showdowns in December and January. Or it could even be, as Nate Silver suggests, that there was a relatively calm news environment for a while, and that helps Trump. For all we know, he rallied in part because a lot of people think it's really cool he had an affair with a porn star and paid her off to be quiet, and then it started falling again as people forgot about that. I'm only partially joking. It's also possible that particular episode cost him, while the tax bill, or the economy, or something else we haven't guessed yet, was helping him. So, times it's easy to see what's driving presidential approval, but with so much news over the last 13 months, it's very hard, and maybe impossible, to separate out the various effects. 1. Erica Mara. At the monkey cage on why the Parkland shootings seem to have generated such a powerful reaction. 2. Daniel Nichanian makes the case to end felon disenfranchisement. 3. Kenta Jurisic and Benjamin Witt. TES read the now public memo from House Intelligence Committee Democrats. 4. John Lovett argues for lowering the voting age. To my surprise, it's becoming more and more mainstream. I'd guess there's perhaps a 25% chance a state will do this in the next decade. 5. Jonathan Chait on Trump as a conservative. What I think I'd say is that as the Republican Party becomes more and more a party of movement conservatives, it's easier and easier to see the factions and schisms within the movement. In other words, it's certainly wrong to pretend that Trump is governing as some alien force that has captured the Republican Party, when in fact he's been to a large extent captured by it. It's also wrong to pretend that the conservative movement is equivalent to and nothing more than Trump, and Newt Gingrich, and Joe McCarthy, and other such malignant figures.